19th of August, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Deaf mute's acquisition, declaring that taking something from a deaf mute constitutes theft from Mishnah Gittin under rabbinic law, then a deaf mute can acquire for himself, but not for other competent people. Is Lou back? Lou, are you back?
Yeah. Okay, welcome back, Lou.
Yeah, I'm back. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, we Alan is reading here from the statement of it's about let's see how it's about 22 lines down from the top of the page. The first word in the line is lenafshe. He's reading the statement of Amar Rava. Hashta da Amre.
I got it.
So this okay, so we said that Rebbe is saying that now that we have that we've said that we do say migu. Now, what do we mean when we say migu? The word migu here means since. What are we referring to when we say since? We say since. It means to. By the way, is there a Rashi over here? Maybe Rashi will tell us. You can read the Rashi. Yes, we have a Rashi over here. Hashta to Amar Migu.
Hashta to Amar Migu. Now that it says Migu, Dazki or Dafki. I'm not sure if it's a Zayin or a Vav.
Yeah, it's a Dalid and then a Zayin and a Chaf and a Yud. The Zoki.
Dazaki, Lenafshi, Kule, Cheresh, Upakak,
Pikeach.
Pikeach, Jehu, Metzia, Kenao, Afal Shehagir Baha, Shel Cheresh, Ena, Hagavha, Lakinos, Ella, Mipnei de Rachi Shalom, Darche Shalom, Kid An, Cheresh, Sota, Shota, Ukatan, Yesh Bahen Gezel, Mipnei Darche Shalom, Afilu Hachi Amar Migu de Zaki Le Nafshe Kule. So, what is this word, Dizaki?
Okay, this is based upon what we said before. Dizaki means to to be zoka, to make an acquisition.
To make an
And-
acquisition for his soul,
Lenafshe for himself.
for himself, etc.
Yeah, Rashi's not. He's already explained this, but what Rashi's referring to is that this is the migu. Alan asked, "What does this mean? Since? What are we talking about? Since?" So the Gemora above said that if a person intends to make an acquisition on a talus, and if he intends to make an acquisition himself, we say migu de zochelanafshe, since he intends to make an acquisition of the talus, zochelanami lechabre. He can also have in mind to cause his friend also to acquire a portion of the talus as well. But that's how Rava says that the migu works. So as long as the person who is making the acquisition for his friend, as long as he also intends to make an acquisition, so then we say the migu. The migu is since migu that he is making an acquisition for himself, he can therefore also cause with his das, with his intention that another person can also make an acquisition in the talus. That's the migu that Rashi is referring to. Okay, so since we've established that is so, says Rava, so now we're going to talk about a case when we have someone who is a cherish, is the person who is lacking. Literally, what it means is that he can't hear, he can't speak, and he's considered to be someone who doesn't officially have das. So if he doesn't have das, he's not able to make an acquisition on something, because you have to have das to make an acquisition. So we're talking about two people. One of them who is a cherish, who doesn't have das, and the other person is called the pikeach. Pikeach is the person that does have das. He could hear, he could speak. He's a pikeach, so he does have das. What happens if two of these people come and pick up a talus? That's the question over here that the Gemora is dealing with. Cherish upikeach shehe biula. If they both pick up the talus, this lost item. So Rava said, "Mitok shekona cherish kona pikeach." Since the cherish will make an acquisition, so too he'll be able to make an acquisition for the pikeach as well. The question is, how does this work? Because the Mina Torah, according to Torah law, the cherish is not his. We don't recognize that he has das to be able to make an acquisition. Okay, so let's get back to that's the background for what Rashi is talking about over here. So let's continue from cherish upikeach in the Rashi.
Cherish upikeach shehagbiku Metzia kinio, a deaf mute and a person with all of his faculties intact, that they pick up a lost object, they acquire it. Apal pi even though shehagbia shel cheresh eina hagbia liknos, even though the lifting up action of a cheresh, a deaf mute, is not a lifting up that acquires. Ella,
Good.
rather, mipnei de darchei shalom, because of the ways of peace, kidisnan, as it is written in Gittin, cheresh shota bekatan, a deaf mute, a person who does not have mental facilities, and a child, yesh bahen gezel, there is in them thievery, mipnei darchei shalom, because of the ways of peace. Afilu haki, even so, amar migu dezaki the nafshe kule. Even so, we say, since that he acquired it for himself, etc.
Right. So Rashi is saying, this is what Rashi is saying, an Eino Ella sentence. He says the Eino means he doesn't acquire Ella except on account of the fact that there's the principle of Darkei Shalom. In other words, he does acquire, not meaning the Torah. He doesn't acquire meaning the Torah, but he does acquire on account of Darkei Shalom, the cheresh, the person can't hear and can't see. So, I'm sorry, that he can't hear and he can't speak. So therefore, and Rashi brings the Gemora. The Gemora says that there's three people that in the Torah they don't have the requisite das to make their acquisition of an item regarded as an acquisition such that they can own it. So really, in the Torah, they don't own anything. Oh, so what happens? In the Torah, you got a gazlan and he steals it away from a cheresh or a shota or a katan. In the Torah, the gazlan acquires it. But the Rabbanan stepped in and they said, no, mipnei darkei shalom, we're going to say that the item in the physical possession of these people is regarded as a kinyan midrabanan, and therefore they do own it midrabanan, and therefore it'll be usher because of Darkei Shalom for a gazlan to take it away from one of these three people. So therefore they got a kinyan midrabanan. So even though it's only kinyan midrabanan, Rashi is saying that according to Rava, this principle that we said before about Mikud, the Zochla Nafshe, since he has das to be kona it for himself, we will say he also is going to have das that his friend also should make an acquisition, and therefore we'll say even in the case of the cheresh, we'll also give him that same migu that we give to the pikeach. Just like the pikeach, we say, since he has das to be kona for himself, he will also have the ability to have das to be kona for his friend. We'll say the same thing by the cheresh, even though he doesn't really have das in the Torah. But since the Rabbanan recognized that the situation of Darkei Shalom, and we gave him das midrabanan, so therefore we'll say the same principle for the cherish as well. So if a cherish and a pikeach pick up a talus, both of them will acquire it. Just like if two people who are a pikeach picked it up, it would be the same din. So says Rav. Okay. Now, now we're up to Ela Ema.
So A2, right-hand column, the last paragraph. I'm sorry, second to the last paragraph.
The Gemora challenges Rava's application of the since principle to this case.
Next one, Alan, to deflect.
Oh, you know what? Alan is right. Alan's right. We're up to Bishlema. We're not up to Ela Ema.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, Alan, go ahead.
Okay, the Gemora challenges Rava's application of the since principle in this case. Bishlamor, it's understandable that the definite requires the car, ben the us for the competent person lifted it intending to acquire it for him. Elor p kach me kanor, but the competent person, how can he acquire? Since the deaf mute cannot acquire the object for the competent one. To reflect the challenge, Gemora amends Rava's statement, Elor more, rather say, Chemash kanor, the deaf mute acquires Pekach lo kanor, but the competent person does not acquire. Gemora attempts to refute the emendation. Obey the new now if this was indeed Rava's ruling. What is the sense principle enables the deaf mute to acquire? The Gemora answers, we go the Ishnei shown more since two deaf mutes generally acquire a found object if they lift it simultaneously. For me, this deaf mute also acquires a found object when he lifts it together with the competent person. More objects to this interpretation of Rava's statement.
Okay, let's hold it down. We got the. Okay. Let's let Lou read Rashi over here. Thank you. Hashta. Oh, we did Hashta. Now we're up to Bishlema.
Thank you.
Bishlema Cheresh Kane Dika Migba La Ben Das. It's very good for the Cheresh, the deaf mute, to acquire that. What is this word? Migava.
That's from the word to lift up.
To lift up, from lifting up. From a person who has faculties, intelligent faculties.
Right.
The Resha Hasheni Zorain Shnehem,
right.
Uresho Urasho Shel Zad Tzad, Cheresh, Legabe Cheresh, Miha, Havia, Gavcha, Kedim Kon, Le, Mipnei Derchei Shalom, Ella Pikach, Bimai, Kane, Legabe Pikach, Hayu, Resha, She Hagbia, HaCheresh, Kemosach, Al Gabe Karka,
Kamunach al gabi karka.
De Hagbia, De Cheresh, Lo Kenia, Ella, De Midarche Shalom Ba'olam.
Okay. So Rashi's explaining what the challenge of the Gemara is based on. We just explained in the previous Rashi that the Gemara was contending that it'll work when a cherish and a pikeach pick up a talus together because of the principle of Ibnei Darkei Shalom. Now the Gemara is challenging that. The Gemara is saying no, it should not work. And Rashi is explaining what's the thinking behind the Gemara, why it should not work. So just in a word, because it's already 12:30, what Rashi is saying is that it'll work, that we understand Bishlema, that the Cherish, he's going to make a kinyan in the talus. Why? Because he's picking it up for himself, and that das, he has enough das to make an acquisition for himself, because that's what the Chachamim gave him, that koach. And as far as the fact that he needs the das of the pikeach to also pick it up from the other side, also for the cherish, he's got it, because the pikeach has das. When the pikeach picks it up for himself, he'll do for the cherish too. So that'll work. But the other way around, how's the pikeach going to acquire anything? Because he needs the cherish when he has das to acquire for himself. He also has to have das to acquire for the pikeach, and that amount of das he doesn't have. He only has das to acquire for himself. So therefore, it won't work. This whole migu, the zochel nafshe, zochel chabre, since both people have in mind to kona for themselves, will also give them that they can make an acquisition for the other one as well. That's not going to work over here, because the cherish is lacking that amount of das. So that's the most challenge over here. Okay, good. Very good. Everybody have a great day, and Mesiras Tovos, and Refuos, and Yeshuos, and Klal Yisrael.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Alan, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you, Alan.
Same here. So tell Rabbi Baum and Levi that hopefully it won't be too long before I come back.
Okay. I